Hey, Mr. Fleischman.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
Good, long time no see.
It has been a while. It has. Hey, thanks for finding the paperwork and getting it to where it is. Yeah.
Took a little while, but I'm just waiting for a couple of our members.
Okay. We'll get this thing open here.
And waiting for, let's see.
Boy, guy, I didn't recognize you.
Yes, hi, Paul. I know I wasn't wearing a mask or a hat.
Right.
It happens, right? Masks come off, people look different.
Yeah.
So, geez, gotta put my glasses on here to see. Hey, Donovan's got a full beard. Jeez, I haven't seen you for a while either. I guess I'll put myself on mute here.
Hey, Jude.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Where did they go?
Do you need me to send them to you again, Gordon?
No, I am just opening PDFs and I'm trying to put them somewhere
Okay.
where I like them. Sorry, I'm a little behind the 8 ball here. Okay, one down, one more to go, and I'll be ready to start the meeting. Too many tabs, too many computers.
Mhm.
Okay, I need to.
And Marcia.
Okay. All righty.
Hey, we're all here.
Full house, okay. I'd like to call the Woodstock Zoning Board of Appeals March 10th, 2022 meeting to order. A roll call.
Jude Salato.
Marcia Zwilling,
Joseph Bellick,
Martin Mills,
Michael Stigliano.
And Gordon Webb. We have a quorum. We have more than a quorum. We're all full house tonight. So with that, I'd like to submit the minutes for approval from February 24th, 2022. Do I have a second?
second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Okay, minutes are approved. We have 2 public hearings scheduled for tonight. The first one is ZBA case number 2204. Application of the Wardens and Vestry of St. Gregory's as represented by Mary Kate Davidson of 94 Harmony Lane, Shady, New York, 12409, for property located at 2578 Route 212, Woodstock, New York, a 4-acre parcel located in an R3 zoning district for a variance from the zoning law of the town of Woodstock, Article 5, Supplementary Regulations 260-31C to a sign regulations, in order to add a 23-inch by 78-inch 2-sided sign to an already existing sign where only 8 square feet per side is allowed on a freestanding double-sided sign. Okay, so, and we will be hearing from, who would like to take us to start the presentation tonight.
Mary
this
Kate, you
case.
want to start?
Mary, are you leading the
I
presentation?
guess so. Sure.
Yeah, you just have to kind of tell us what you want to do.
Sure,
you know.
yes. So it came, the vestry of St. Gregory's has been talking for quite a while about being able to put out there what time services are. And there have been a number of things that have occurred. And not just the services, but if they're having a chili bake-off, and in the past, for those kinds of things, somebody printed a sign and put it out there on the lawn, I guess. I do not have all that information because actually I've been living overseas until 2 years ago. But I do remember seeing the sign, and some of it was laminated. There was someone else put out another sign. It was temporary. I'm not sure whether that was approved or not by the town, but it was put out there. And so we going back and forth and looking at what type of sign, and people had different suggestions. I took this over probably at the beginning of the summer and found that what might be the best solution is us to keep the sign that we currently have, although he is going to refurbish that for us, and to raise it. So the sign that is currently there was approved by this board. I'm not sure how many years ago. I think when I gave in the paperwork that year was down there, but I don't have the paperwork that I submitted because I did it right there in the office. And so what this would do would be to raise the sign and then underneath it put one of those changeable boards in place. They call them custom changeable letter sign. And they're custom PVC tracks, 6 inches for each row, and there'd be 3 rows of those, just as you see on the photo. I'm assuming, maybe I've assumed incorrectly, that the photo was submitted with the application and that people have seen that. Okay. Okay, so if that's not the case.
No, we do have it in the application.
Okay. Right. So basically we would be raising this, and it would still be in the same rock that's currently there. And there would only be maybe a couple inches between the top sign and the bottom sign put on this pipe. And so underneath it, so it's in the same place that is currently there, so that when people come around the corner, there's nothing extra added, like an extra sign by us anywhere else. But it would, and it's a permanent thing. They would come in, as I say, raise that top sign, and it would be in the color coded to what's already there, which is red and blue, I guess, currently. So this way, we feel that, yes, people can get online and look at service times, but we wanted to capture more people's attention as to when things were occurring. And we would have the 3-inch letters, 6-inch letters, so that people can see them, 6-inch letters, sorry, so that people can see them driving. So we were told we had to come before the board to ask about a variance. So and the sign that is proposed is smaller than the current sign that's there, right? So it's shorter. I mean, it's narrower and not quite as deep.
Right. Okay, well, do we have any questions from the board? Is that all you want to say for now?
I guess so. I'm not really, other
Yeah.
than what I've said, I'm not sure what else I should be saying.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just didn't want to cut you off in case.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I should have said yes.
No, that's okay. I sensed the long pause. So
Okay.
I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
So, hey, Marcia, you'll need to unmute.
Sorry about that. My dogs are playing in the background. I just wanted to clarify that the photo that Michelle held up, you're saying that the actual sign you want the variance for would be smaller than that one.
Yeah, so what is currently there, if you drive by St. Gregory's, is a sign that's embedded in rock.
Right.
And I guess it is larger than what's allowed, but they had to have applied for a variance because it was approved. So when I was in the town office that day, they found the paperwork on that. I didn't have that, that it was approved at this point. So what it would be with that current sign would just be raised straight up. And this other sign, which would have the flex numbers and letters there, would be below it. So it's all in the same line. So when you're coming around the corner, yes, it is visually different, but I don't feel it's appreciable in the sense of there's no like bigger sign or it's moved, or we don't have two signs that, you know, are competing with traffic or anything. So.
Okay. Anything else from the board?
Do we know how much larger this is than is allowed?
In aggregate or just with that? I think they're already larger than what's allowed because of the variance. So,
Well, I mean, you know how we sometimes will say like a 25-foot infringement into a 50-foot setback, so.
no, I understand, yeah. Well,
Well, if it's 23 by 78, I actually did this.
right, 23 by 78.
Yeah, so,
That's only one side.
well, it's two-sided. The current sign is two-sided, so that
Okay.
either direction you are driving from, you
Right.
see
Yes,
St. Gregory's. So
Right.
this, in fact, would be the same thing that's already currently there. It's two-sided.
okay.
Right.
But you wanted to know about 23 times 78 equals, and then I divide that by what again? 144.
12 and a half square feet.
Okay, yeah, he knows, 12 and a half square feet. And I think the current allowance is 8, right? So but it is smaller than the sign that was approved a number of years ago.
Right.
And I'd say probably 10 or 15 or 20, I'm not really sure.
So you had an approval for a sign already that's bigger than is allowed?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
the
one that's
sign
on
is-
top? Yeah, okay.
Right, and in the file, in the papers that I filed, I believe the people sitting in the room gave me that to put in that file, or they put the date on it of when that was. Yeah, so we're not fundamentally changing what people are looking at, right? In terms of that sign was approved and it's been there for a number of years in Woodstock. And so this is to raise that current sign and put a sign that would have the, you know, times of service or chili bake-off or whatever that happens to be right underneath it. So it's all in the same trajectory.
So you're saying the total of the two signs, if you call them two signs, even though they're attached, the total would be 23 by 78.
No, the current, the proposed sign. So the current sign is probably maybe 30 across, probably by 80. Looks to be a little larger, maybe 82. I'm not sure, but I think that might be in the paperwork that was put in that I don't have. That was approved by this board.
Right.
Michelle, can you get a copy of that decision?
30, it doesn't look that high. You mean, it's 82 wide possibly, but it's not 30 inches high.
I'm looking here
Okay, so
what
maybe
the
26.
It's
what
only,
the building department attached, and there's nothing is said about a variance for the sign. So I'm gonna have to look for that next week because I'm not gonna be in the office tomorrow.
Yeah,
But-
no rush, but if you end up
Yeah.
finding, that would be.
Absolutely.
and also, Well, Martin was going to take the lead, I believe, on this, and Jude, you were going to assist if needed, or
Yep.
something to that nature.
Yep.
And I'll just point out that we did a variant. We worked with a variance with the Methodist Church. I think it was one of my early ones on the board here. So it was, a few years back. Maybe.
I
Michelle,
would just
maybe-
like to know how big
Hold on,
the
hold
actual
on, Marcia,
sign.
hold on, Marcia,
Okay.
hold on.
Okay,
So Michelle, maybe you could pull that one.
Yep, for the Methodist. Yep.
I think we gave them a variance, but I know they did a new sign recently, but I don't recall if they actually utilized the variance. I don't know. It'd be good to get that one out and see what we did
Okay.
with them. Because it was a similar thing. So I think we should take a look at
Perfect.
that.
Michelle, could you also send me the file for this variance request as well? All the documents. I don't seem to know where to find them yet, so.
You didn't get it in the email that I sent to everybody?
You know,
I get a lot of emails, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to organize those emails. But if you send them to me now, I'll have it in front of me so I can move forward on it.
Excellent. I'm actually going to send it to you right now, so you have it, Mark.
And
So,
you can avail them of the,
my apology on this. I was under the impression that day I was in the office that variance was being attached somehow, or that approval, because people were in the office talking about the approval that had been given to this. And I thought, I can't now remember the name of the women sitting there, pulled it out or something. So otherwise, because I thought that had to be submitted or something.
We have all kinds of sheds that you did and pavilions and something, but I don't see anything attached in regards to this sign.
Okay, that is then my apology, because I thought, as I said, I thought
That's
that had come
okay.
up.
You wouldn't, yeah, you wouldn't be able to know really. There's just a section attached about signage in here. But yeah, there's nothing referencing that. And that must be over 30 years old, right?
I don't think it's that old.
Maybe it's not that old. Okay.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
The records that I could find went back that there was a project, it might only have been 20 years ago.
Only 20, yeah. Isn't it great we can speak in 20 years as only, oh, it's only 20 years ago.
I just have one.
I have unopened
question.
mail older than 20 years, so.
Yeah, just go back to an old AOL account, right?
That's right.
I have one additional question. The current sign that's there is really beautiful. So I would just be curious to how big the additional attachment is going to be with all the lettering.
Did you see the picture?
I think
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Michelle
there's no
held it-
measure.
Michelle
20.
held it up too.
Yeah, but
20
there's no measurements on it.
Yeah, it's 23 by 78.
78.
It's in the application.
The actual add-on is 23 by
3 by
70.
Yes,
78.
it's right in the application, yes.
So there was, the paperwork that I found was from, I guess they had corresponded with Eagle Signs, and then they did some outdoor work, and that's dated May of 2002. So that would be 20 years ago that they
Okay.
would have had to have
Right.
gotten this variance then. Yeah, so this sign that is currently there, they're going to refurbish it, is going to be, the same. They're not changing that,
Okay.
painting it, yes. But, and this is smaller than the current sign that's there. And so, and I've worked with the person going to make the sign so that currently the photo shows it in white. I have asked for the background to be gray to match one of the colors in the sign so that it doesn't jump out at you. I don't like those white signs anyway, because they begin to look tacky. And he explained to me that what they use now, they hold up much better. They're PVC tracks, but that the color then would not be this, harsh white. It would be, he'd pick up one of the grays in the sign itself.
That's a good idea.
He is aware of that.
Michael, do you remember the Methodist Church sign?
Yeah, what I remember is they asked, we approved something, but
Yeah.
I don't think they did anything but hang up a crooked temporary sign for the daycare.
Right. I don't think they ever followed forward. We did approve something, so it would be good to look at that, for sure.
I'll get that on Monday for you guys. And Martin, I just sent you that email with the, this case attached to it.
But it would be good because it would have provided us with the rationale that we used then, so that's good.
Right.
Yes, yes, definitely. All right, Michelle, would you like to read the contiguous neighbors for me?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
William Schultz, 301 Forest Avenue, Fairfax, California. Patrick Gallo and Gary Gallo, 2542 Route 212 Woodstock. 682500 LLC, 2568 Route 212 Woodstock. Jeff Milstein, 2600 Route 212 Woodstock. A Place for Little Bear LLC, PO Box 307. And White Feather Farm LLC, 1389 Route 212 Saugerties.
That's actually 4 out of 6 were actual Woodstock residents. That's a high mark, I think. Sometimes we'll read the whole list and we won't get anybody who actually is on Woodstock. Okay, well, I don't think anybody's here for that from that list, correct?
And we received no communications either.
Okay, is anybody else here who we deem as the public care to speak on this matter? Crickets. Okay. I guess we're going to say that, and Mary Kate, I guess you don't have anything else to add at this time?
No, not really.
If there's
Just,
anything else you do need to add, you can certainly email Michelle and she'll get it to all of us. Is there anything else that you feel that, you get something and you go, oh, no, I forgot something.
right.
Yeah.
No,
so-
the only thing I would stress is that we just feel the importance of having basically service times out there for people to see as they're driving by. So it's much easier if you have a sign, if you're a church right in town, people can walk by and see the times of your service. But this has to be driving, and so that's why things are probably bigger. So if you had a stationary sign in front of a church, they would not be, letters would not have to be as big. There's no point in
Right.
spending money on a sign that you can't read from the
Correct.
car.
Okay.
So that's all.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else on the board? Oh. All right, so with that, I'd like to close the public hearing. And with that, I'll say that, we have 62 days to make a render decision. Or, we usually do them quicker if we can. So the quickest that would be a couple of weeks because we don't meet unless it's on our second and fourth Thursdays of the month.
Okay, great.
And
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Do I now leave?
you can just stay and with all the fun. I don't see how you could really tear yourself away from this, but
Well,
no,
thank
we
you.
appreciate it. But thank you.
Okay,
And
okay, bye-bye then.
Bye-bye. And
Bye.
with that, I'd like to close the recess
No, close it first. I didn't get a second for the close.
for the recess.
Thank you.
Okay, we're recessing. We wanted to get a vote for the recess. All in favor? All right.
Aye.
I mean, there's the close. I'm sorry. Now we go to the recess. I would like to recess case number 2205. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All right. Okay. Okay, and now we are going to hear ZBA case number 2205. Application of Paul and Kathleen Fleischman as represented by Guy Reed Didolf. Is that correct? Did they say that right?
Adolph, yes.
Yep.
Didolf, okay, got it first try, great. Design Incorporated, 107 Route 32A, Saugerties, New York, 12477 for property located at 271 Mink Hollow Road, Lake Hill, New York, 12448, a 23.77 acre parcel located within an R5 zoning district for a variance from the zoning law of the town of Woodstock. Article 4, Area and Bulk Regulations, Section 260-16, Attachment 2E, for a 62-foot infringement and to a minimum requires 75-foot front yard setback in order to construct a 24-foot by 38-foot two-car garage. Okay, Mr. Didoff, you're gonna lead the way here?
Actually, I'll just go here. I just said the dimensions on the garage are a little different than what is in the paperwork here. It
And you,
seems.
could you state your name for the record and
Oh, I'm
address?
sorry. My name is Guy. I work with Didoff Design.
Guy Reed, Didoff.
Guy
Design?
Reed.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Essentially, the homeowners would like to demo their existing garage, which is currently sitting at a 22-foot setback from the road, and build a new modern garage at a 30-foot or 38-foot setback from the road.
Mhm.
They're a little infringed from going any further due to the conditions of the property, such as there's a stream and I believe a hill at that point. But the new setback on the new garage is actually behind the house. The house, I think, is at 27 foot.
Mhm.
So the existing garage is in front of the house, the one that they'd like to demo, and then build a new one at a 38-foot setback.
Okay, we have the drawings, we have a picture, and this picture is a rendition for the new garage.
That's a representation of, yes, the new garage.
Okay. Very nice. Okay, anybody, is there any more you want to add at this time, or should I open up to the board?
That's more or less it. It's pretty straightforward.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody on the board wish to chime in?
You said the numbers have changed from the application.
I'm sorry, yes, the dimensions of the garage are actually 26 by 28, 28 wide, 26 deep. I don't know if that was a mistake in drawing it up, because it's a 38-foot setback. So maybe that got transposed into the dimensions of the garage, but the garage is actually 26 by 28 feet.
Okay, well, smaller
Smaller, yeah.
than, 26 by, both numbers, they got both numbers wrong.
Yeah. But those numbers carry through the entire application, so.
Okay,
Yeah, it could have been on there, but that's the current dimensions that we're looking at.
okay.
Can you send that to us in writing, please?
Yeah, that's what I was
Sure.
gonna say, because we have to amend the original application. No questions?
I can go by and take a look because it's in my neck of the woods.
That's right, you mentioned that, that'd be great, too.
And I'm, if I, am I reading this correctly, that the dilapidated garage is more of an infringement than what the new garage will be?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you drive up the street and if I'm home, by all means knock on the door, but the garage, the old
Yeah.
garage is right off the street.
Yeah, so it's gonna be put further back, but because it's not, right, understood. Yep.
Yeah.
How easy is this hearing, Mr. Fleischman?
It's a lot different. I like this one. And
Do I remember the other one?
we'll dust off the general store.
Yeah, the
Oh,
little,
yes, right, the
later
store.
on.
the
Yes.
store.
You're smaller here now than you were last time I said. There you go. That's better. Yeah, okay.
Oh, can we ask what's happening with that?
With the store?
Yeah.
Well, a lot's happened in the last 2 years. I don't know if you heard about this bug that went around and job
So
changes and all
annoying.
this other stuff.
Oh, damn the torpedoes.
I really do want to restart the project. But first I need to get the garage done and the living quarters under control.
Right.
Well, good luck.
Just while you're here, I mean, this is off topic, but does he need to extend his variance?
Oh, I
At this
think-
point, I think since it has expired, I think you would
Yeah,
have
it's
to
all
probably
gone.
reapply.
You have to start all over again.
So we can do it again. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yay!
It'll go a lot smoother this time. Because
Right.
the help of Donathan, right? Donathan will help me smooth through this. Any case, the
So,
garage will be pretty simple. It's about to fall down. The only thing that's holding it up is 20 gallons of paint I put on in the last 2 years. So it'll be good to get it replaced.
are there no contiguous neighbors? I don't have any on my application.
It's, yes, there's 2, City of New York DEP and Kingston City Waterworks, and we got no communication from them.
Well, that's just as well. I don't like City of Kingston Waterworks.
Hey, oh, you thought City of Kingston.
I went to court. We just went to court with them. We lost. That's all. I'm just a sore loser. I guess anybody else wish to speak here? All right, so with that, huh?
Well, I just would I just
ahead.
send those dimensions to the ZBA email address?
Yes.
Yeah,
One?
you can
Sure.
CC the building department as well, just so that they have that information.
Sure,
And then
Okay,
I'll just
thank you.
attach it to the original application.
okay,
That'd be great.
Thank you.
thanks.
Okay. And Jude, you're gonna go up by and put some eyes on it.
Yep.
And that'd be great.
Jude, the color scheme will match the house. The house was done in 2016, and the siding, the corbels, everything, it'll match the main house.
Ooh, it's got corbels, huh?
It does.
I didn't see them on the rendition.
No, they're not. That rendition is,
Just close.
yeah, it's just close.
Okay.
Sounds like it'll be a
Donathan's-
nice improvement.
Yeah, Donathan has already cut out a few of those corbels to replace on the house. Hope you still have the template.
Oh. Cool. Great. All right. Well, I guess with that, I would like to recess the public hearing for 2205, right? Am I in the right case?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a second? I mean,
Second.
I'm gonna close the public. I'm just flipped over today. I sat down too early. I'd like to close the public hearing for case number 2205. Do I have a second?
Jude seconded.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys. And with that, I would like to recess case number 2205. Do I have a second? All in favor? Okay, it's done. So thank you, gentlemen. And
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
we'll get on this one. Sounds like one that we're not gonna have to work too hard on, which we like.
Plain vanilla.
That's right.
Plain vanilla.
We need more of those. We haven't had too many lately, so.
Okay.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Have a good
everybody.
night, guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. So with that, is there any other business before the board tonight?
Who's gonna be the site coordinator for 2205?
Jude.
Jude, you're gonna take that over? Okay.
Yeah.
So on the agenda, I'll bring up the 2 things that I wanted to talk about super quick. The ZBA fee schedule was adopted on Tuesday at the town board meeting.
It was
I
not
thought
at this
I
meeting.
thought it was canceled, the meeting.
It was canceled.
Yeah, I assisted. I have it right here. The resolution passed.
What did they do with the
Ashley told me the meeting was canceled.
It was posted that it was canceled.
No, instead of doing it at 7, they did it at 3:30 in the afternoon.
They met at 3:30. If you read she's right.
Yeah, well, we believe her, but you were informed that it was canceled?
It wasn't canceled.
I know, I'm asking you, they have 2 people that said it was canceled, so they must have read something that said canceled.
Well,
Well,
We'll let them speak.
I asked her for the link, and she had written to me and said the meeting had been canceled because there was no internet that day.
Who
Right.
said that?
Correct. So it was an in-person. 3 members showed up and it was in person at 3:30.
But
Oh.
nobody let us know that until after the fact, because I got the same thing, that it was canceled, that the decision was made at noon. But then after the fact, I found out that they met in person at 3:30.
So did they adopt all 3? What did they adopt? Do you have that?
So yes, the area variances, from 1 to 3 variances from now on are going to be $200 as of Tuesday.
Okay,
So moving forward, any new applications that we get, these are going to be the fees. 4 or more variances are $300.
mhm.
The use variances are $400 and the interpretations stay at 50.
All right, that one, Bill said he was gonna put that aside and not vote on it.
No, it was voted on. They're still going back and forth regarding that one. He has his reasoning behind it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I spoke with Mr. McKenna about that. And I
Yeah.
understand why, because we're supposed to know our own laws.
Correct.
However, I did point out to him, and we'll have to have more discussions. Hey, at least everything's going up. Don't be dismayed. You can't always get everything you want.
And we
But,
really
we
don't
got
like
3 out of
any
4
interpretations either.
What's the Meatloaf song? 3 out of 4 ain't bad, or close to it, right? 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
How do they count variances?
Like setbacks, like each setback possibly, if you have a front yard setback, a side yard setback, those would be 2 variances.
Right, or if you
That'd
have,
be-
if you want to do a porch,
$400.
No, it'd be $200 for the initial, for you base. The average person is gonna be spending $200.
Correct.
The average application will be probably $200.
All right, I thought I heard that it was more money the more variances.
Yes, if it goes up to 4 or more.
so like if they want to put a shed and then also do an addition and then also a porch, and then each one of those is, yeah. Then it goes up.
Okay, so each bulleted item yeah, right, got it.
Correct.
Yep, all right.
So
the-
from 1 to 3, it's 200 and 4 plus is 300.
Got it.
So the discussion with Mr. McKenna was that he and other supervisors from other towns also, and other people felt that, since we're supposed to know the law for an interpretation, that's what they're asking for. However, I did point out that quite often our interpretations involve, legal counsel, but we still can ask for
Escrow.
Yeah, an escrow. So, but I would like to do possibly, if before the people even spend their $50, is to have it come before the board for review, so we can establish whether an escrow is necessary. If it's a simple question, a simple thing that we can run out, then I could see it's not really. Jude, you're making a lot of faces over there.
I know, she's not happy.
Because he said he spoke to other supervisors. We gave him, what, 6, 7 towns?
Mhm.
Nobody had a $50 interpretation fee.
Right.
Some of them were $500.
Right.
So what supervisors did he speak to? Because
I
we
don't
called
know.
pretty much every town.
I don't know. Don't, whatever. We can bring it up. It can only go up. Okay?
Yeah.
Can be voted on again and can be changed again. At least we got something going in the right direction. I
Right.
think, having a $50 fee across the board for all variances is not, it's not appropriate. We were the cheapest town in 2 counties. So, and now Olive is.
Hmm.
And I think it's a good move. I understand, but we can ask for an escrow.
Yes.
So with that, and it would be appropriate if we have to, a lot of decisions do involve council. So with that, their escrow can cover that.
Okay, devil's advocate here. The paperwork the involvement from Michelle and the building department, all of that is still the same. It's not any less work for an interpretation.
No, I agree. I agree. Then, they're, yeah. $50 barely covers the stamp fee, so.
The reason also was that we don't get that many interpretations versus variances, then I also said it should have at least gone up to 100.
The interpretations we've gotten have been,
The funny thing is that they don't realize this isn't like a gallon of gas where everybody buys it every day and sees the increase of the price.
Correct.
Most people come before this board once, twice in their lifetime. The only people who will see the difference are the engineers, the planners, et cetera, and the lawyers who see it higher in the other towns. So it's not like there's going to be sticker shock for them. So that's the funny thing is people think it's going to put some kind of burden on the population where it's really not. So anyway, we can discuss further. We got something, so they passed it, and it can always be revised. Nothing's in stone.
Correct. And the other thing is that the Zoom state mandate ends March 16th. So our next meeting, which is March 24th, technically has to be in person.
Okay.
They have set something up in the office as of yesterday where I can Zoom in and the public can Zoom in if they still don't feel comfortable coming into the meeting, yet voting members have to be present at the site.
Okay. Voting members can also Zoom in, but they can't vote.
Correct.
Right. So worst comes to worst. People can't make it, they can still be a part of all the fun.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
And just remember, nothing's in stone except the church sign.
Good one, Joe. Leave him with a laugh.
Good
I
one.
would say.
Good one.
And with that, I would like to, without any further objections, I would like to
Adjourn.
this meeting.
Okay.
Have a second?
So
Huh? What?
is it possible that we could discuss a pending case or no between the board members?
I'd have to open the case and do all that. You just call, let's, network,
Okay.
okay?
Sorry, one last thing I have, and forgive me because I'm just catching up with the
Sure, go ahead.
organizing. There's no Michelle, there's no Dropbox or central location of files for these cases, is there?
My office right behind my desk.
Are
Okay.
you still putting them on are they still going on the website or not? No.
So there's no centralized access. I have to look through the emails to get the files that I need.
Well, from now on though, Martin, since you guys are going to meet in person, then you would go to the meeting and you're going to have your file with all the cases copied inside of your file.
Okay.
So you're going
Great.
to have the paper copies now because you guys are going to be in person, but you're also going to get the email from me when I receive the case.
Yeah, that's fine. I just, if a
I
week
think
goes
it would
by,
be I think it would be helpful for you to figure out a way that you can maybe search Michelle's email address, because a lot of times there's communications between us in between meetings that you're copied on. So if you're not looking at those emails, you're going to miss a lot of information.
I'm seeing the
Sometimes-
emails. Yeah. I just was looking for a centralized location.
We used to put stuff on the website, but that was kind of clunky and I
Yeah.
had a hard time.
That was annoying. Or
There's no
Martin,
cloud.
do you
cloud
have-
storage?
Martin, do you have a town of Woodstock address?
No.
Okay, so Monday, I'm gonna ask Ashley to set that up for you because then you'll have that centralized email address because all the other members have that, where you're just gonna get emails from me
Yeah.
to that address.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, it's a Woodstock NY address and that's what all the members have. I thought she had set you up with that.
No. So I'm going through my personal email. And,
No, no.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
bunch of
Okay.
stuff. That's why I'm like digging through hundreds of emails to
Oh, I'm
find.
sorry. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's what we were doing. Okay, Monday I'll get that fixed for you, Martin, for sure.
Okay, that would be fantastic. That
Yeah,
would
it
solve
helps. It
my
helps.
problem.
I don't know if
Excellent.
you have Gmail or not, but what I do is I search Michelle's email address in the search field, and then all of her emails come up. And then I make sure that there's nothing that I miss. And that's a very easy way to follow up and see her
Thank you. I
emails.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I don't think we had the call on that. I called it.
Jude had a hand up.
Yeah, that, so
Hi. Good
Yeah.
night, everyone.
all in favor?
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
have a good night and we'll all be talking.
Yes, we will.
Okay,
Bye now.
take
Thanks,
care.
Michelle.